Hello, my name is Randall Flann. I also go by the name of artist RoFo. I'm a sculptor and a painter and the inventor of the US patented substance dispensing headgear, which is also known as RoFo headgear. RoFo is derived from my initials, R period, period. I make circles out of the periods. My newest innovation is a static, meaning non-movable, and movable illustration entitled, get this, RoFo SVENGOOLIE Universal Studios Horror Movies Host Top Hat Beverage Dispensing Illustration. For convenience sake and my own tongue, I'll shorten that during this presentation. I came up with the following works of art after watching the SVENGOOLIE show on television. The show's title, SVENGOOLIE, comes from the character host. SVENGOOLIE hosts a horror movie show that's aired on Saturdays on MeTV, which is owned by Weigel Broadcasting Company. I combined two concepts, my beverage dispensing headgear, or RoFo headgear, or RoFo beverage dispensing headgear, along with the SVENGOOLIE program theme. Rick Koz, last name spelled K-O-Z, portrays the character SVENGOOLIE. SVENGOOLIE on the program wears a top hat, where I used as a prop, as a point of focus for my SVENGOOLIE themed static, non-movable, and movable illustrations. The SVENGOOLIE program itself broadcasts Universal Studios horror movies and B-rated sci-fi, short for science fiction, motion pictures. SVENGOOLIE, during the program, performs comic skits. I depicted some of these comic skits into static and movable illustrations. And a movable illustration, or a movable book, is a drawing, a painting, or a photograph on a surface that moves, folds out, swings, or spins by hand operation. My first RoFo SVENGOOLIE top hat illustration. On the program on SVENGOOLIE is a gentleman called, and I got to read this for myself, Doug and the Gravestones. Doug Graves is SVENGOOLIE's sidekick. He plays the piano for his songs. This baton on my beverage dispenser allows Doug to be animated, making him movable. Also, during the 2-hour program, chickens are thrown at SVENGOOLIE while he's protecting himself with a chicken shield. Rubber chickens are thrown at him during bad jokes and at the end of his program. There are buttons that people can purchase that says you too can be an official chicken thrower. So with this, the animation is this. You yourself, holding the chicken with this stretched out arm, can toss it at SVENGOOLIE, or at least his shield, again, and again, and again, and again. this is what the illustration would look like if Svengoolie was wearing it. This illustration of the Svengoolie Universal Studios top hat, and there's the spigot that the beverage comes out of the hat. On the program is a talking skull, tombstone, and Kerwin of Kerwin's Corners. To make this a movable and show they're animated when Svengoolie talks to him, you grab onto the tabs, and presto, they jiggle and they move as though dancing. At the end of the program, Svengoolie goes and does one more skit. This deals with the dungeon door. Someone knocks on the door. Come in. Svengoolie opens the door and his hand appears. The hand then tells the last joke of the episode, and this is what occurs. So, to illustrate closed and open, there's this little hand tab. That's part of the headgear. Finally, when you turn the spigot on this illustration, beverage comes out. And out, and out, and out. And it defies the law of gravity. Now that's good beverage. Movable illustration. And if Svengoolie was wearing it, this is what this particular illustration or hat would look like on Svengoolie. Here's Sven himself. This illustration needs some explaining. The final RoFo Universal Studios horror movies top hat consists of all of Universal Studios' main monsters, from Dracula to the Invisible Man to the Bride of Frankenstein. This is the back of my RoFo SVENGOOLIE Universal Horror Movie top hat. Now for the movable part of the presentation. When Svengoolie wears my illustration, it would look like this. Over here by his elbow is a tab. While holding onto the tab, you move it from left to right. And he promotes his own top hat. Quite clever of the chimp, I'd say.